Welcome to the Professional Development course, Workplace Safety, brought to you by Kayamishi Tech's Workforce and Economic Development. In this video, we will cover back injury statistics, causes of back pain, back safety, how to properly lift, fire safety statistics, fire extinguisher types and uses, fire preparation, basic electrical safety, slips, trips, and falls. Back injury statistics. 80% of Americans will have a back injury that requires medical attention. Back injuries are the second most common cause of days away from work, next to the common cold. Worldwide, years lived with disability caused by low back pain have increased by 54% between 1990 and 2015. Low back pain costs Americans at least $50 billion in healthcare costs each year. Add in lost wages and decreased productivity, and that figure easily rises to more than $100 billion. Causes of back pain. Muscle or ligament strain. Repeated heavy lifting or a sudden awkward movement can strain back muscles and spinal ligaments. If you're in poor physical condition, constant strain on your back can cause painful muscle spasms. Bulging or ruptured discs. Discs act as cushions between the bones, vertebrae, in your spine. The soft material inside a disc can bulge or rupture and press on a nerve. However, you can have a bulging or ruptured disc without back pain. Disc disease is often found incidentally when you have a spine X-rays for some other reason. Arthritis. Osteoarthritis can affect the lower back. In some cases, arthritis in the spine can lead to a narrowing of the space around the spinal cord, a condition called spinal stenosis. Osteoporosis. Your spine's vertebrae can develop painful fractures if your bones become porous and brittle. Follow these tips to avoid compressing the spinal discs or straining your lower back when you are lifting. Keep a wide base of support. Your feet should be shoulder-width apart, with one foot slightly ahead of the other, karate stance. Squat down, bending at the hips and knees only. If needed, put one knee to the floor and your other knee in front of you, bent at a right angle, half kneeling. Keep good posture. Look straight ahead, and keep your back straight, your chest out, and your shoulders back. This helps keep your upper back straight while having a slight arch in your lower back. Slowly lift by straightening your hips and knees, not your back. Keep your back straight, and don't twist as you lift. Hold the load as close to your body as possible, at the level of your belly button. Use your feet to change direction, taking small steps. Lead with your hips as you change direction. Keep your shoulders in line with your hips as you move. Set down your load carefully, squatting with the knees and hips only. Fire safety statistics. In 2019, local fire departments responded to an estimated 1.3 million fires. These fires caused roughly 3,700 civilian fire deaths and 16,600 reported civilian fire injuries. Property damage was estimated at $14.8 billion. More than one-third of the fires, 481,500, occurred in or on structures. Most fire losses were caused by these fires, including 2,980 civilian fire deaths, 80%. 13,900 civilian fire injuries, 84%. And $12.3 billion in direct property damage, 83%. When operating a fire extinguisher, remember the word pass. Pull the pin. Hold the extinguisher with the nozzle pointing away from you and release the locking mechanism. Aim low. Point the extinguisher at the base of the fire. Squeeze the lever slowly and evenly. Sweep the nozzle from side to side. In the hands of a trained person, portable fire extinguishers are great tools to protect people and property from fire during early stages. When using an extinguisher or selecting an extinguisher to install, it's important to know the characteristics of different fire extinguishers. Class A fires. Fires in ordinary combustible materials, such as wood, cloth, paper, rubber, and many plastics. Class B fires. Fires in flammable liquids, combustible liquids, petroleum greases, tars, oils, oil-based paints, solvents, lacquers, alcohols, and flammable gases. Class C fires. Fires that involve energized electrical equipment. Class D fires. Fires in combustible metals, such as magnesium, titanium, zirconium, sodium, lithium, and potassium. Class K fires. Fires in cooking appliances that involve combustible cooking media, vegetable or animal oils and fats. Be prepared. Check the location of fire alarms and know how they work. Learn your building evacuation plan. Know where your 2 nearest exits are located. Learn how doors swing and where stairs lead. Make sure nothing blocks fire poles, extinguishers, and emergency exits. Learn the sound of your building fire alarm. Post emergency numbers, including security and first aid, near your telephone. Make sure you know what to do if the fire alarm sounds. Plan your escape. Basic electrical safety. Inspect portable cord and plug connected equipment, extension cords, power bars, and electrical fittings for damage or wear before each use. Repair or replace damaged equipment immediately. Always tape extension cords to walls or floors when necessary. Do not use nails and staples because they can damage extension cords and cause fire and shocks. Use extension cords or equipment that is rated for the level of amperage or wattage that you are using. Be aware that unusually warm or hot outlets or cords may be a sign that unsafe wiring conditions exists. Unplug any cords or extension cords from these outlets and do not use until a qualified electrician has checked the wiring. Do not use outlets or cords that have exposed wiring. Do not use portable cord and plug connected power tools if the guards are removed. Do not block access to panels and circuit breakers or fuse boxes. Do not touch a person or electrical apparatus in the event of an electrical incident. Always disconnect the power source first. Electric shock injuries. People are injured when they become part of the electrical circuit. Humans are more conductive than the earth, the ground we stand on, which means if there is no other easy path, electricity will try to flow through our bodies. There are 4 main types of injuries: electrocution, fatal, electric shock, burns, and falls. These injuries can happen in various ways shown in the next slides. Direct contact with exposed energized conductors or circuit parts. When electrical current travels through our bodies, it can interfere with the normal electrical signals between the brain and our muscles. Example: heart may stop beating properly, breathing may stop, or muscles may spasm. When the electricity arcs from an exposed energized conductor or circuit part through a gas to a person who is grounded, that would provide an alternative route to the ground for the electrical current. Electric shock injuries. Thermal burns, including burns from heat generated by an electric arc, and flame burns from materials that catch on fire from heating or ignition by electrical currents or an electric arc flash. Contact burns from being shocked can burn internal tissues while leaving only very small injuries on the outside of the skin. Thermal burns from the heat radiated from an electric arc flash. Ultraviolet, UV, and infrared, IR, light emitted from the arc flash can also cause damage to the eyes. Burns are generally classified from 1st degree up to 4th degree, but the American Burn Association, ABA, has categorized thermal burns as minor, moderate, and major, based almost solely on the depth and size of the burn. Slips and falls. 27% of the 900,380 non-fatal work injuries, resulting in days away from work in 2018, were related to slips, trips, and falls. 235,740 injuries due to contact with objects and equipment in 2018 were so severe that they resulted in time away from work. The 3 leading causes of work-related injuries treated in an emergency department were contact with objects and equipment, overexertion and bodily reaction, and falls, slips and trips without a fall. Preventing slips, trips, and falls. Design your workplace and processes to prevent exposure to hazards. An example is having sufficient handrails on stairs. Maintain good housekeeping, keeping work areas free of clutter and obstacles. Assess high-risk areas regularly, especially transition areas, building entrances, doorways, parking lots, and common areas. Maintain mats and runners. Select mats based on location and performance needs and inspect them regularly. Pay attention to footwear. Hold your employees accountable for wearing slip-resistant footwear. Educate employees on how to walk, such as turning sideways and taking short steps on slopes. Have detailed incident reporting. Document what occurred, who was involved, where, why, and how it happened.